in 44, I think. Myron Pryor. Myron Wayne Pryor, yeah.
Myron, a lot of people call you Bug.
Yeah.
I hear, yeah.
I went by that name all my life. Part of the people around the country don't know what my real name is. That's all they've heard me called was Bug.
Oh, yeah.
My dad done that.
And so now you served in what branch of the military?
I was a foot soldier.
Oh.
And took my training right out of Jacksonville, Florida. That's right in the summertime when it was the hottest down there. And on a real hot day, we was out in the sand, and then on the cold or cooler days then we was out in the grass and where it was nice and cool, you know.
Right.
The Army made it so they was just as hard on you as they could get.
They were trying to build up your endurance, I suppose, huh? And so was World War II underway at that time?
Oh, yes.
And were you drafted in?
Yeah. Oh, right out of Jacksonville, Florida is where I took my training. And then they come home for a 15-day furlough, and then I went to New York, and that's where we loaded on the ship and started across. We went over in 6 days, but coming home, we was on the ship 16 days to get home.
Really?
No hurry to get you home.
Oh.
It was all over with before I come home. I was shot, and then I spent, I think, 6 or 8 months in a hospital in England.
Well, what country were you in then? Were you
Well, I got shot in Germany.
You were in Germany when you were shot?
After I got shot, I happened to be behind this tank. Well, to start with, the outfit, our company, come up and took place of this other company. We changed on that hill, and that night, it was in the evening, and that night we dug our holes and went to sleep. And I woke up in the morning and I looked around, there was nobody up there. They had pulled out, they forgot to wake me up.
Oh.
They pulled out and was gone. And here I was sitting up on this hill all by myself, and then there was a tank there with 2 guys in it, and I started down the hill, and you're coming down the hill, you ain't got no cover. And there's it was a black, kind of summer fall hill, and like dirt, no place to hide. Got down behind this tank, they went ahead of me, and I was back there trying to get my rifle to work, and some German from the side shot me in the hip.
Oh.
So about that time, this tank started to back up, and I was able to roll out of the way while they was sinking in the mud so far, and it was on the hill, like this. Anytime them ones that did get shot up there would move, they'd shoot them again. So I crawled down. This tank was sinking in the mud about so deep, so I crawled up on the hill, and then they called back and got an ambulance.
Oh, you were protecting yourself from the rut. That's how you were hiding.
And they come and picked me up, and we started out, and they stopped in one place and they fixed me up as well as they could, and then they put me on another, well, it was kind of ambulance. And it was pitch dark, and we pulled into this place, and all I could hear was German talking, and I thought, now they've got on the wrong road and went the wrong way. 2 German and human come and got my litter and tried to carry me off in the dark, but here they come to a tent and opened up the thing, and here come a nice, pretty little American nurse there.
Oh.
It was a kind of one of a tent hospital right out, right behind the lines.
What were you thinking when the guys speaking German grabbed
you? 2 Germans picked me up and was talking German, and I was using all but German prisoners around there, and I thought it was
Behind the lines, you said.
So I spent, I think, 3 or 4 days in that. It was just a tent hospital right behind the lines. Then they loaded me on a train and shipped me up to Paris, France. I bet I'm the only one that could say that they had an enema out in the airport in Paris, France. I hadn't had a bowel movement for after I got shot.
From the time you'd been shot through
And
all of that?
when they was going to ship me out, this nurse comes and said, "You haven't had an enema yet. All the time you've been here." I was there 3 or 4 days, and but it's too late now. By the time I got up to France, I was hurting so bad that I had to have one. I told this nurse, "You either get me a bedpan, or I'm going to just slide off of this thing and do it right here." And they loaded me on a plane and took me back to England, and I spent 6 months in the hospital in England. And they put me in a cast from here clear to there, and put me on a ship, and we went over in 6 days. It took us 16 days to come home. Of course, there was a whole convoy of ships coming back from over there then. We went over in one ship alone then, in a hurry.
So your total time over there, was it more than a year or very long that you were over there?
No, not. Well, I landed over there in England Christmas Day, and I got back to the States the next, I think it was June or July so I wasn't over there that long, you know. We was halfway across coming home when they surrendered. So.
Oh, and did you hear it while you were on the ship?
Yeah,
you heard about it?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Well, I was in a big convoy, and then there was, on this ship that I was on, they had a whole bunch of guys that had been prisoners over there for years, and they took care of us, come and get me every morning and carry me up on the deck, and so I could see the ocean and see everything outside, and then everything that I wanted, they'd try to find it for me, and I was in the cast from here clear to my toes. And
oh, so were you in a sitting position in the cast, or more of a lying?
Laid down flat.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Ah.
So you went through the Jamestown on the train, coming home, still in the cast, weren't you? No.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh,
anyway,
really?
he said he'd see, looking out at him, and he couldn't get off,
Right there, stopped right on Main Street in Jamestown, and I looked out the window where I could see out the window, and I seen people I knew that there couldn't get off.
Oh, you were needing somebody to help you get off, and you were saying, "Don't start this train up." I'm sure you didn't want to miss your stop.
And they shipped me out to Spokane, Washington, and I was in the hospital out there until I was able to get up and go, and then they was going to send me back clear across the country over east someplace, and I said, "I got an aunt and uncle." They was shipping some over to Spokane or into Seattle, and I said, "Can't I go over there?" And they said, "Well, we'll see." And so I got to go over there, and that's where I got discharged.
Oh, really? Ah.
I had an aunt and uncle who lived over there in Spokane,
In the Seattle area
Yeah.
there? Oh. And then you recovered from there, and I suppose it took a while to be able to walk again, too, I would imagine.
Well, they had me in a kind of a brace-like thing, drilled 2 holes in the heel of my boot, and then I had a cast, up to here.